In orbit above Gorgon. Stay safe out there.
Is that an Apex Mark V queso atmospheric dome? I've never seen one in person. Magnificent.
Experiencing evacuation.
Done, Captain!
I got supplies if you need them. No one lasts long on Gorgon unprepared. Is that what my thoughts sound like? Look, I've been standing near that alarm too long. You looking for supplies, stranger? Let's stock up here. If you run, let me know if you're looking. You mean you came out to this asteroid without knowing nothing about it? Me too. Heard it was wild here and couldn't resist. Trouble is, if you wander off to somewhere you oughtn't be, like way out in Gorgon's farthest reaches, odds are slimmer of your bits finding their way to my pockets. If you want my advice, stick close to the Sprat Shack, unless you fancy having your limbs torn off and eaten. All right, just be sure you watch out for marauders, Mance, and Charles from Account. Only the meanest marauder on Gorgon. He will bust your head open like an overripe mock apple if he so much as sees you. No, Charles from accounting is like... Imagine if you took 3 of them. That and a rocket... Did I not mention that? Right. I don't know. Hard to guess how many he's killed. I'm joking. Look, long story short, you do not Yeah? The Marauder camp way out to the east. And I sure hope you're asking... Huh? Oh, you don't gotta worry. Thanks for turning it off, by the way. I'd have... We tried. Couldn't... No one round here is... I know, because even Von Hoffman couldn't bash it in. And I seen that tough... Only that Spacer's Choice shut it down and... From what I heard, some of their folk... Found a pickaxe in the mine like none I've...
This unit reminds you that death is a prison without doors.
Like wrapped among the rocks.
Come here. Let's have a chat. Don't want to chat? Fine. All right, inspection time. Look at my eyes for as long as you can without blinking. Psst. Good. Look up. You're doing swell. Now, name and occupation. Good enough for me. That was a sanity check. If you had changed like the others, it'd be in your eye. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. Every day, salvagers and scrappers set up. The ones who come back. They aren't always... First, they get real twitchy and paranoid, shouting at folks who aren't there. Then they smell like they soiled them. After that, they're gone. Nothing but animals weren't... This is the Sprat Shack, the most remote watering hole in the system. Rule number 1, no fighting. We're the only hospitable place on this rock. I want to keep it that way. That's why we have... Just don't... Bouncer, bodyguard, law enforcer.
Well, I hope you look the other...
Yes, your presence...
We get a lot of brand-loyal corporate types, and a lot of cutthroat freelancer types. This is a sublight bar, so most of our regulars... The facility's locked up behind miles of red tape, so progress is slow. Something bad happened here. Spacer... Marauders outnumber the rest of us 10 to 1. Either they... This place is under a dark cloud, stranger. That's... Watch your...
Been an age since I had a good Tripicale. Hope they've got it on tap.
A true den of iniquity. How refreshing.
Are you my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
Can't help you. I'm just here to drink.
That's the phrase. It is you.
Quiet down. You're making a scene.
Great work.
Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even... Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage. Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play fake. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon. Vicious cycle, but that's life. Lucky. Sure, I knew him. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming in. The way he talked about the job, you just knew Lucky had hit pay dirt. Not that I was jealous. Awful shame about... Third floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room on... Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie. Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. They say Adrena Time came from here, just down the road at the old R&D. Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time... There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room. He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind... He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled it. Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how... He'll be all right. He's with the... He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bard. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad... Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know... She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better. What her friend... I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation, and the weirdest thing of all, Adrena Time still hit the market. Me? Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal. When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old... You got... Yes and no. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight... Yes and... Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker. And he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea. See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her. If there were any legal problems with this place,
Most businesses in Halcyon are run by Sprats, but this...
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin. I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. The Sprat Shack's gone through... As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head-scratcher, but they say it's... Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Yes and no. Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. I'll set 'em.
I don't even remember how I got here. Fell asleep one night and woke up in a lab.
You're... That was my salvage, Trixie! A disagreement between...
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see—
Now you...
All right, that's enough! This is a family as—
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question... Hey, didn't I warn...
Oh, it's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been... Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here.
Here. Boys.
Fair's fair. All of us...
Ah, it's no good to leave a fight unresolved. Would you do me a favor and weigh in as a third party? I can use an unbiased set of... Freddy, Trixie, go on and make...
I'll start, seeing as I... Oh, very formal. Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping. Same as my father.
Junkyard Trixie. Also a salvage freelancer.
So, just up the road and due east, I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Find..."
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See the whole area. So I snuck around and added my tag. Clear as day, so no drunken...
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have said her mark.
I kept my mouth shut during his story. He should have the courtesy to return the favor. Anyway, I drew next in the dirt. Wouldn't surprise me in the least. But that...
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. You've heard it from them both.
That ain't...
He ain't even from around here, Lack.
Here's a 6-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now... Come and chat.
Smooth talking, Cap.
Very diplomatic, Captain. Though fighting would be preferable to another conversation such as that.
The repurposed aesthetic reminds me of Fallbrook. These sublight folks really know how to overhaul a place.
Jerome would have loved this place. You don't look like one of the salvage. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here. Confidence. The scavengers around here? I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are... looking for... It is to me. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Getting the hell out. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the... A broken heart. This place is greedy. It took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here. You'd really do that for me? I don't have much, but if you help... Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen up... Yeah? That old flirt? Yeah, I let him buy me a drink. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man... He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the... He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room. He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way. Sure thing. The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was... I wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effect? I don't know what went wrong. But
Huh, who's this now? Wonder if they could... Ah, who am I kidding? Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this... Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? Some kind. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some... Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board. And the rest... If you're going back out there, do you think...
You know, that reminds me. I don't think you've ever actually paid me.
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 long... I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Right on... Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched... Help me get my recordings back. No shit? Alright. One of them I stashed in the office. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment. You'll find another. It's in the main... The final one is in Human Inquiry. It's tucked behind a pipe in Observation Room B. Strength to your sword.
What's the story with this place anyhow?
Used to be a shipping warehouse. Supplies came in.
What have you got there?
Adrenatime, I think. I found some in an old busted crate.
Someone's in here. Hold on. It's coming back up again. I'm all right. I'm gonna really empty my guts. No, wait. Here goes more.
hope this ain't a sign of things to come.
If I'm not mistaken, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, that eye might be the key Lucky mentioned. What strangeness have we involved ourselves in here?
So, how you feeling?
Quietly now.
In the old days, I felt like I was part of something important. Like my work made a difference. Then the bosses, in their infinite wisdom, took a good thing and rubbed their stink all over it.
Hopefully, following in Lucky's footsteps doesn't result in us sharing his fate.
Whatever's out here, it better be worth carrying around a man's eyeball.
This dilapidated state of existence awaits all Halcyon if the board persists in their reckless disregard for anything but profit.
This unit is currently in. Please return. Feeling a little rough around the edges? Have a better.
Impressive, as always.
I'm going. On my way, Cap.
I'm going.